Welcome to the Stronger Marriage Podcast with Trey and Lee. We're glad you're here. Welcome from Lubbock, Texas.
Welcome, everybody.
Glad y'all here. We are 3 days before Valentine's Day, or is it 2?
I think it's Friday, right?
It is.
Yeah, 2 days.
Hey, y'all better be listening to this really quick.
Right.
We got to get this online. This is about some fun ways to celebrate Valentine's Day together.
Yes.
Or your love together.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of people that are anti-celebrating Valentine's Day.
I think they just think because they're told they have to, they don't want to. Mm-hmm. We personally think, if you don't want to, that's fine. But we personally think you don't have to fall into the consumerism trap. But it's your relationship, and you should celebrate it in some way or another. Something simple, something big. You can't just ignore, I don't think, Valentine's Day. We don't. We've been married 36 years, and we don't have big plans, but we'll do something to go, hey, let's celebrate our love today.
Yeah. A lot of people say, well, we don't make a big deal on Valentine's Day because we celebrate every day. Well, that's awesome. That's what marriage is about, celebrating every day.
But do you celebrate every day?
But don't skip Valentine's Day. You don't have to do something super extravagant, but at least acknowledge it. So we just want to talk about some different ways, traditional and non-traditional ways that you can celebrate Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think it's healthy for your relationship to celebrate it. I think anytime you have a reason to celebrate your marriage and your love, it's a healthy thing. It's healthy to spend time together. It's healthy to let your spouse know they are appreciated. That's kind of what Valentine's Day is. It's just nice to say, hey, let's go have an ice cream together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to give you some super simple ideas, and then some other bigger ideas. So whatever range you want to fall into, that's great, but at least acknowledge and celebrate your love.
And let me say this, if Valentine's Day is big to your spouse, it should be big to you.
Yeah.
Even if it's not. If you're going, Valentine's Day is stupid, if it's big to your spouse, it needs to be big to you.
Yeah, so you need to talk about that.
Yeah, don't be the jerk that says, I'm not doing this. If it's important to your spouse, it should be important to you. If they're looking for flowers, send some flowers. Stop by the store and buy some flowers. Deliver some flowers to work. Write the card. Hand deliver it. It's probably too late to mail it today anyway. So any of those things that you can do. But if it's big to your spouse, it should be big to you.
Yeah. So you mentioned sending flowers. Send them to the workplace. That tells everybody else, hey, my sweetie loves me. Know your spouse. We've said this before. I'm not a big flower girl. I don't want you to spend a whole lot of money on something that's going to die in a week. I'd rather have something that's going to last if you're going to spend money on something. But your wife may love the flowers.
I like nuts. And you sent me one time a can of nuts, and it said, I am nuts about you.
That's right.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so wives, you can send something like that to your husbands at work. I'm sure there are all kinds of, gift basket delivery type things that can do whatever it is that your spouse likes.
Know their favorite candy. Just buy their favorite candy at the store and have it a little bag for them when they get home that day. Have a little romance, whatever your spouse thinks is romantic. I mentioned cards earlier. You can buy the card, but I would rather have a handwritten card. It doesn't have to be a card. Make it a letter. I'd rather have a handwritten letter with 3 sentences on it than a $6 card with something canned on it. Any day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you may say, okay, we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day without spending any money. That's possible. That is entirely possible. So you get a piece of paper and cut it into a heart, and you make a sweet little Valentine for your spouse. Go for a walk, make sandwiches, go for a picnic.
Maybe you need to make one of those.
Take a bubble bath together. There's a lot of things you can do that don't cost any money at all.
Speaking of making a Valentine's Day, how cool would it be? I shouldn't be saying this. I should just do it. to make one that looks like what we used to give out at school.
Yeah.
and
get
you
the
know,
little
will you
dolly.
be my Valentine? Check yes
Yeah.
or no.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. But ice cream, that would be on our list. I guarantee you, we
Go
would
for
love
ice cream. Now, of
Go
course,
for ice cream.
that costs a little money, but
Yeah.
you know, maybe you have some in your freezer and already, and you can make ice cream sundaes or something. I don't know.
It does fall on Friday. We were going to say breakfast in bed,
Yeah.
but you always could do
You could
supper
carry
in
it,
bed.
carry it over to
Yeah,
Saturday morning.
pancakes in bed Saturday morning. Bring them coffee in bed. You don't have to. You don't have to do traditional stuff. Do something untraditional, but just look for some ways to celebrate Valentine's Day. And so we want to share with you 6 little ideas that we have. That will
Right. So
be
we've
fun.
already thrown out a ton, but
Yeah.
but we want to talk about some specific categories, I guess, if you want to call it that. So the first one is to make a new tradition. You don't have to go by what everybody says you have to do on Valentine's Day. Figure out what y'all want to do and make a new tradition of it. Say
It could be big or little.
Yeah.
It could be we want to go for a getaway. It could be we want to watch a romantic comedy together.
every Valentine's Day we're going to watch a romantic comedy, or we're going to make each other a Valentine card, like we said earlier. Whatever it is, make that a new tradition.
Have you seen those new little things where a couple sits down across from each other and they paint one another? We need to do that. That is just
Yeah.
hilarious. Some of
Yeah.
the stuff that comes out where they try so hard to paint what their spouse looks like, and then when you're done, you show your spouse what you painted. That would be fun.
Well,
to me, I think that would be a blast.
If you think it's fun to see yourself looking like some kind of cartoon character, yeah.
It's true. Hey, how do you know I'm not just a really great artist?
I would draw you as I'm not a great artist. So,
Okay.
yeah, you would probably do a great job on me, but
I'm being sarcastic. I don't know that, but it would be fun. But you don't have to spend a lot of money. One of the things that I love about Valentine's Day, that this should be a part of your tradition no matter what, is every year on Valentine's Day, everybody puts a picture of their significant other on Facebook, Instagram, social media, and says, "This is my Valentine's Day."
yeah, a lot of people do that. and
I
it's-
love that.
it
Why do we
is.
do that once a year and not 2 or 3 times a year?
It is fun scrolling through and
seeing all the couples.
everybody post their pics. So that's
Man,
great.
That is just
make that
really
a tradition.
good time.
Yeah.
You know, send a flirty text message.
Yeah.
I don't know about. Well, I had never met a man yet that said I don't like it when my wife sends me a little flirty text message. Send a little flirty text message. It's not hard to do.
See, and all that. No
Free.
money. Yes, no money involved in either of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So the next one is spend as much time as possible with each other on Valentine's Day. So it does fall on a Friday. You probably have to work. You can just agree that, hey, we're going to spend time together Friday night and carry it over. Like we said, carry it over to Saturday. Spend all day Saturday together.
Yep. And if you have small children, maybe you can get them in bed early or find a babysitter. If you have teenagers, they can survive without you for an hour or whatever it is if you want to go have supper somewhere. But try to spend time with your spouse, with your significant other on Valentine's Day doing something together.
Yeah. Don't do chores. Like if you're home for the evening, the laundry can wait. The whatever.
Don't go to Lowe's to look for the new commode.
Right. If you cook supper together, yeah, you might have to load the dishwasher because I'm just one of those that wants that done before I go to bed. But
And can we say, I'll remind you again, date nights should be fun. Yes, there are time for serious talks, but when you're off together and having fun together, hold off on those serious talks. Have some fun together. I mean, who wants to go on a date if every time you go on a date, it's time to bring up something we need to hash out? So don't make dates about these big, serious talks. Look for other times to take care of that. But just take a break from your regular routine and do something different together.
yeah. So some of the things that you could do together to spend time together.
Yeah.
Did I?
No, you didn't do anything.
Is cook together. I said that. Maybe you don't want to go out. Cook dinner together.
A dessert.
Do the dishes together. Yeah, make a dessert together. Go for a walk and talk to each other. I mean, that going for a walk is the best way to really just talk and spend time together. Not the best way, but one of the best ways. Because you can't walk and look at your phone very safely or very effectively. So the phones are put away and you generally have each other's pretty undivided attention. So going for a walk, hold hands. You might be surprised that you can learn some new things about each other after all these years when you just have some good conversation.
Yep. Another thing on your list that you can do, here's a third one, give gifts. Give a Valentine's gift. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be elaborate.
Right. So this one is going to involve some money.
Yep.
If you're, going to do gifts. But
it doesn't have to be a big expensive. It's just I put some thought into this.
Yes. It's a great gesture, especially if your spouse's love language is giving and receiving gifts. They want you to get them some kind of gift.
Don't fall for the trap of, I don't really want anything for Valentine's Day. It's a trap. Just get something.
If they say that, if they say that. But hopefully you know what your spouse's love language is, and if it's gifts, then you better make sure you get something, and make sure it's thoughtful. It's something that they're going to really like and appreciate.
Know what your spouse likes. You have given me a Valentine's Day gift already.
I did, and
you were you thinking about saving it for Valentine's Day?
No, because we're traveling on Valentine's Day. We're traveling to do a workshop on Valentine's Day, and
yet we'll still do something to celebrate.
We will, but I did. I got you an electric blanket.
Yes, I'm excited.
I got a twin size because I don't want anything to do with extra heat in the bed.
So Lee can sleep in 32-degree room temperature with the fan on high, kicking off covers. And I freeze to death.
Yeah.
And so just the difference between couples.
So here it is. Winter's almost over, but we are having a real cold spell right now. And I saw those when I went to the store, and I thought, oh, man.
And I happily put my little blanket on my bed, and it is ready to turn on tonight so that when I climb into bed, it will be warm and not cold.
There you go.
I am excited about
happy
this.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. And I might just snuggle up with you and get warm.
You can get on your own cool side
for a minute until I get too hot.
However big or small, just put a little thought into it. Of just something your spouse would like. We always recommend a marriage book. We have got one another marriage books on our for Valentine's Day gifts before.
And said, hey, let's read this together. If you see one of our workshops that's coming close to you or not even close to you, make it a getaway. You can just write your spouse a note and say, hey, put this on the calendar. Happy Valentine's Day. I think that would be a great gift.
A weekend away is a great thing. If your spouse is a jewelry person, consider some jewelry.
Does not have to be like the big fan, every kiss begins with K kind of jewelry. It's just maybe just a new charm for their James Avery bracelet. Whatever it is. And
just know your spouse.
Yeah. And we keep, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the things we're throwing out are geared towards women, but these are for men as well. I mean, like your man might be a jewelry wearer. Get him something.
Or maybe the next gift is a gift for the man.
Right. A romantic gift. So, I don't know. Whatever you think is a romantic gift. Get a candle and some lingerie or, I don't know, something like that. So,
that's for the man. There you go.
A spa date. Both of you, like couples massage. That is a gift for both of you, and that's awesome. A mani-pedi, that's also something that you can do together. Maybe not a manicure, but we've done pedicures together, and I think the first time you were...
to tell that.
See, you're still like, there's a lot of men that do that, and it feels really great getting your legs massaged, and it's not about like, painting toenails or whatever, unless you go with your granddaughter and she wants Pops to get his toenails painted.
You're not supposed to tell that either.
Giving away all the secrets today.
That's all right. It was a good secret.
You do things for your granddaughter that you...
I would never paint my toenails, but when your granddaughter hands you some sparkly stuff and says, here, Pops, I think you'll like this one, you get your toenails painted.
Yeah. But
there you go.
That's it. Getting pedicures together, getting a couples massage together. I can't think of a better gift.
No, I can't either. But speaking of massage, I know of a couple that bought a massage table. And they set it up in their room and give massages to one another.
And you can even like take a class on like massage techniques and stuff. So, and speaking of classes, like a lot of couples do like dance lessons. You can get little packages for dance lessons and fun things like that. So,
Gift card to your favorite store.
gift card, but yeah.
I would love a Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, something like that. You would love, anything with shoes.
Right, just anywhere where I can buy a pair of shoes.
Welcome to Ranger, to the conversation.
Ranger wants to say
Sorry
hello.
about that. Hey, you need to stop, buddy.
But yeah, if you're just like scared, like, I don't know what they'd like, but I know they really like shopping at this place. Get them a gift card and say, hey, you go pick something out that you really love. I don't know. Maybe that's a cheesy one, but I like gift cards. Relive an old date or a special Valentine Day that you had in the past. We've done this before. We've kind of relived dates where before we got married, like we used to go skating when we were dating.
I surprised you with a skating date one time.
Made the playlist. I am glad that we didn't break a hip. That's been several years ago. I'm not sure how well I would do with that now, but you even made the playlist and gave it to them to play, with 80 songs. Yeah, it was super
romantic.
Sweet.
I thought so too.
So, do that. Get out your wedding album and look at wedding photos or watch your wedding video. There again, that doesn't cost any money. I got off on that. We're talking about gifts, but when you're talking about reliving an old date, I think looking at photos or watching a video is a great idea.
So another thing you can do is you can just surprise your spouse. If you feel like there's nothing that you can do to make this special day for both of you, do something. Maybe just do something to surprise your spouse. Tell them, hey, I'm taking you somewhere. Here's what you need to wear. They're probably going to want to know what it is, and go play Topgolf, go bowling, go do something. But surprise your spouse with something that they don't expect, something fun.
Yeah, surprise them by doing something for them that they would like for you to do, but that you don't really ever do very often. Like maybe you don't ever really do the dishes, and you say, hey,
I wasn't sure where you're going
with that. You go sit down, I'm going to do the dishes. Now, after they pick themselves up off the floor, they're gonna really like that. So, think of possible things that your spouse least expects from you, from, cleaning up a room to doing the dishes or doing the grocery shopping, sprucing up the lawn, whatever it is that would really surprise them for you to do.
Maybe your spouse has just been talking about their car is filthy and you go wash it, clean it out, detail it, something.
Yep.
So number 5 on our list, do something romantic or have some romance. And it is Valentine's Day. So we're talking about reminding yourself that you're not just your kid's mom and dad, that you're not just two people that are sharing a house together and paying bills together, but you're actually husband and wife. Let's celebrate being husband and wife.
Right. We heard somebody say the other day, we feel like we are people who used to date that are just running a daycare now. And that's not what marriage is about. Don't feel like you're just running a daycare. You need to just be the two of you every once in a while. The kids will survive without you for a short period of time.
Dress up that day for your spouse. If you go on a date, dress up something that they're going to go, wow, you look really nice. Light some candles in the bedroom that night. Just something, but try something fun. Do something fun, but make sure your spouse is comfortable with it, but have some romance and do something that is romantic.
Right.
If they're the ones that initiate sexually all the time, maybe it's your turn to do it.
Yeah, that's a great Valentine gift. Just that in and of itself, you initiate.
Go pick out some lingerie.
Pick out some lingerie.
Together.
So this is it's too short notice to do this, but there's a great. There's several online companies for lingerie, but Mentionables is one that we particularly like because they don't use live models, so everything's super modest. But pick out 5 or 6 of your favorite things and say to your spouse, any of these I love, and then they can surprise you with that. So let them choose.
I think that's a good idea. And maybe you just need to go to a store if it's too late.
Sure.
If that's something that y'all are comfortable doing. It's
Go
fun.
shop for lingerie together.
Yep. Go pick out some stuff together.
And then we did that one time, and little lady, of course, this was small town
goodness.
Childress, and she poked her head around the corner and said, "Ha, gotcha."
Yeah, I remember.
It was funny, but we were embarrassed. And
We turn red, and we talk about sex in all our workshops. But yeah, we were.
you put like an 80-year-old, older lady.
Yeah,
And,
I don't even remember what we were doing, but we were over there going, "Ooh, I like this one." And she jumped out and said, "I caught y'all." So, yeah, hope you enjoyed that.
yeah.
You're learning a lot about Trey and Lee.
Right. This was confession podcast episode.
You don't have to make a big deal out of Valentine's Day, but don't ever stop celebrating it. It's just an opportunity for you again to just say, "I love you, you're special." Do something to go out of the way to let your spouse know. Celebrating Valentine's Day and anniversaries, it's just a reminder that y'all are connected, and try to celebrate things more than just once or twice or 3 times a year. Yes, every day could be like Valentine's Day when you're doing marriage right.
Yeah. So hopefully some of these ideas that we've thrown out there, you thought, man, I would have never thought about that. That's a fantastic idea. I'm going to do that. And don't just do it on Valentine's Day. Do it regularly throughout your marriage.
There you go.
So,
thanks for hanging out with us.
yeah.
The Valentine's Day podcast that is kind of really close to Valentine's Day, but hopefully you listened.
Yes. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Have a good day.